Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Gilbert. My business is Luchador Tacos. I picked Luchador Tacos because I felt they were approachable, and I was very curious about the business where they grew so fast in my town. And the owner was very friendly. I had a great interview with her. Unfortunately, I was not be able to use the interview into this presentation where I just couldn't get it figured out. But she gave a lot of detail, and my report was very long, so I'm going to try to keep this short the best I can, which I find very challenging for me. At the beginning, we're going to start with the introduction, the SWOT analysis, listening to the market, recommendations, and lastly, the yearly. Catherine, the owner, she had moved from California in 2004 to settle down with her husband in his hometown here in South Paris, Maine. She missed the West Coast Mexican food from California and had not been able to find anything similar here. Even though she knew nothing about owning a Mexican food business or even how to wrap a burrito, she decided to buy a shack and open up a business so she could share her favorite West Coast Mexican flavor she had been missing. My favorite part of the story was going to work for Chipotle to gain knowledge of the Mexican food industry. Um, Chipotle did learn that she was going to own her own business, um, and they actually turned around and help train her in all areas of the business, which I thought was awesome. It was a lot to learn, and she came from being receptionist to owning a Mexican restaurant. I thought it was a pretty amazing story. Um, in the meantime, while she was working there, she was trying to get her business approved. The town was overregulating her, giving her a hard time. She had to go to a lot of town meetings. Um, Even someone spoke up and said she's not opening a nuclear plant, she's just trying to open a taco stand. But finally, she went to the governor and she was approved a year later. She was not willing to give up her dream, and she opened May 5th, 2017. It was a perfect place for a quick bite to eat for Mexican food. As you can see, it's very festive, it's inviting, it drew crowds of people. Come winter, though, the shack couldn't handle the cold and the pipes froze, so she couldn't keep it open through the winter. And an opportunity arose to rent a building where another business was moving out of it. And it took a lot of days, but she was able to open a new location in July last summer. You can see the inside, it's clean, it's bright and cheerful. Um, Here's a picture of Catherine with a smile on her face. She works hard, but she's always got that great smile on her face. And there's a crew in the background. They always look like they're having a great time working. My husband and I did a food review of the place recently for one of the assignments that we had to do. I had the steak carne asada fries, which I've never heard of before, and they were amazing. And the taco with the red sauce had a great kick to it, and it was very delicious. We definitely would go back there again. And the SWOT analysis for strengths. Tacos and burritos are unique to the South Paris area. Serves fresh food daily. Grew business from shack to restaurant space in just over a year. Has a lot of regular customers. Has an active Facebook page. Started with 63 positive recommendations. I think she's up to 113 now. Has reliable staff members. Restaurant is clean, attractive, and organized. The weaknesses: does not engage enough in positive comments and can be a little too defensive on the negative reviews online. Lack of using more social media site for business, outdated information or unattended sites where customers put information in ratings. No staff members are experienced enough to give the owner relief from business. I've seen recently she went to Italy, so she must have found that staff member that could handle it. Not sure if the business is making a profit yet. When we interviewed, she wasn't. Previous year was a loss. She started out having to buy a shack and business equipment, moving into a big space, buying more things. So I'm sure that's going to turn around in the future from what I've seen over there. The opportunities: add more locations to reach more customers, expand the menu, add Mexican dishes, use local ingredient for fresh produce for health to support the local businesses. A lot of restaurants around here do use local, and the people love that. Add more social media platforms to broaden awareness of restaurant. Some of the threats could be Mexican businesses moving to the area, cost of goods and overheads increasing, potentially taking a loss, no profits, unreliable employees. Listening to the market. As a business owner, listening to the restaurants industry is one of the key components in becoming successful with social media marketing and communication. It's important to be active and leaving a positive impression of your brand to customers. Staying up with the latest food industry trends to keep new and regular customers coming back during economic changes, cultural shifts, political changes, and social factors. When typing Mexican restaurants into Google, Luchadores comes up first. They are closest to me, with a 4.5 rating. Taco Bell with 3.6 rating. Taco Bell recently closed. They were down the street. They didn't want to revamp with KFC. Who knows? Maybe down the road they'll open up their own building. I never realized how popular they were. Never a fan of them, but a lot of people are. Margarita's Mexican restaurant with a 4.1 rating. Ben's Burritos with a 4.5 and El Pancho's Mexican Grill with a 4.8. Ben Burrito and El Pancho's Mexican Grill would be a couple of Luchador's closest competitors, both having good online ratings within a 40-minute drive and small business. Keeping an eye on the competitors is important for other businesses in the area while listening to what customers are saying. Using Google Alerts would be a great way to do this. Using social media by narrowing down the Mexican industry can be very beneficial for finding resources, looking for the latest trends, seeing what is working and not working for competitors, listening to what customers want, and finding how to sell the customers, especially according to demographics. That Our Restaurant magazine is a good source for all this. It's a great place to see the trends. They keep up with the social media and show you good tactics and the latest trends. They also give other Mexican business Facebook pages as examples for connecting with customers using different tactics. People Are Going Meatless and site shows examples of Mexican restaurants adding plant-based menus. The site keeps up with the latest trends, interesting articles, Mexican buyer guide, recipes, and association centers by state. Some of my recommendations for Facebook. Um, First, they have improved their page immensely. I'm amazed when I looked at their page in August, I had a lot more recommendations compared to now. They've grown. Um, they've had a lot of pictures on here. They put specials and polls and contests, and she keeps it pretty interesting and fun, which is great. Suggest changing the cover photo to something that is more inviting and personal. Um, maybe hiring a professional photographer to take a picture of the crew inside or out. Write a short write-up about the business and mission in the About section. Also add a menu in there because, I don't want to scroll through and try to find out what kind of food they have. I like to see what I'm going to eat before I arrive at a restaurant. Um, Post some live feeds and use Facebook Insights. That has a lot of great tools in there for demographics, see what's going on in the area and how to promote to your customers. Instagram, they have some nice pictures here. They followers and following have been grown immensely again from the last few months. I noticed that she doesn't use hashtags, and after taking this class, I found hashtags are pretty important. So using at least 3 hashtags in all posts, including the business name, is important. I would suggest maybe something like tacos, LA Mexican, eat local, food in Maine, Taco Tuesday. Suggest posting all specials menu and more pictures. Posting fun stories daily about the food or business is a great reminder when people watch their stories. Some other recommendations. One never knows if the platforms you're using will remain popular. It's important to connect to your customers online and gain email addresses. Creating a monthly newsletter is a fun way to communicate with customers and keep them informed. The newsletter can include some fun Mexican culture, food facts, and nutritional benefits from the food. Include pictures of food, customers, and crew members. Adding a Twitter account is another great way to engage with customers where there are over 300 million users. Tweeting daily about the latest happenings and special offers while using similar hashtags can bring awareness to the brand. Adding a LinkedIn page, you can connect to other businesses, find employees, um, and just get your brand name out there. It's just another free platform. I think having a company website's important. You can control your own content because you might not be able to on other platforms and changes could happen. And it's a great place to keep all the links to everywhere else. Adding events at the restaurant would be a great way to bring the community together while enjoying the food, especially during slow times. Maybe like a trivia night or show off your talent night. I would recommend using a festive chalkboard menu easily to update the menu and add specials. I noticed when I was there it was a little confusing to see what extra food they might have or what kind of vegan options there might be. Um, Improving online ratings by following up with positive and negative comments immediately, especially in those negative ones. You gotta respond quick, but also think about what you're gonna say and keep it simple. You don't want to come across as defensive. Customers like to see responses made by the owner where it makes them feel like they care and see what they have to say. Also, encourage your customers who love your food to give a review. Using Google Analytics is a free way to measure ROI and set up a tracking code to site. Blogging is a great way to share experiences, inspirations, information, a way to promote your business. Talking more about LA Mexican style food can help customers understand what makes the food unique from other restaurants. Adding updated blogs from time to time about new menu item descriptions with story behind it may interest some people. Some blogs could be about common questions, announcements, stories, employees, customer involvement posts, new menu items in the story. I think it's an interesting way to promote your. And lastly, I did a very detailed calendar for the year. So I just posted January here. You can't really see the details. There's a lot of details here. I added what time of the day I think you should do posts for Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and other places, um, and what days they're closed and their hours because they have different hours, and having maybe like a fun fact day, like posting fun facts on Wednesdays, doing Taco Tuesday specials on Tuesday, um, and some fun like national recognized social media kind of days, like International Spicy Day. There's like a National Popcorn Day. You can do something interesting at the restaurant, like having Mexican popcorn, if there's such a thing that makes it different. Just fun little things like that. So that was my calendar I had recommended, and I'm going to wrap this up. And I appreciate this class, and it was nice to meet all of you, and I look forward to watching all your presentations. Thank you.